guys? Welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an email that was sent from a subscriber. This is a guy who says he's been watching me for years, and yet all the knowledge he gained went in one ear and out the other after he met a gal that he really liked. You're going to see that he does what so many guys do, but worse, when he meets this gal and takes her out on a first date. And instead of doing the one drink rule with a gal that you barely know and you don't want to try too hard and just see where things go with one drink, maybe two if it's going well, this guy takes her on a full weekend getaway. And you're going to see it blows up in his face, just like it does typically when guys spend a ton of money on a gal. And the guy, his experience, humbled him to realize he didn't know everything, and he's writing in to share his experience and making it abundantly clear, yeah, he screwed up, and sharing this just to remind the guys to, listen to this dude in the car who actually knows what he's talking about, even though he's doing videos in his car and, God forbid, wear sunglasses. And that'll be a pretty entertaining one to go over here, guys. And again, as a review, what's the one drink rule? The one drink rule is you meet a gal, you go out on a date, one drink. That's it. Maybe a couple if you're having a good time. Nothing expensive, not an expensive place. Why? Because you don't know her. Because she hasn't done anything to deserve a big expensive dinner, outrageous date, that type of thing. I've been saying this since day one. There are women out there that will deliberately go out with a guy they have zero interest in because that guy will try to shower them with expensive meals and gifts and all that just to go out with them. Okay? And then dump that guy after he's been useful, and that's it. And as guys, you work hard for your money. Why piss it away? Right? You don't do any of those extravagant dates and things like that until she's your girlfriend, until you've been hooking up a long time. In the beginning, you keep the dates inexpensive. Also, you don't do that, as a reminder, because this is a teaching channel, because when a guy does that and just takes this gal he doesn't even know out on these expensive dinners and outings and all that, and doesn't know her, they're not hooking up, that tells her this guy doesn't have a lot of success with women. So he has to do all these things. He doesn't think very highly of himself, so he has to shower her with gifts and all that type of stuff, and it makes her completely lose respect for him. And if a gal doesn't respect you, believe me, she ain't gonna love you or hook up with you. So let's hear about this guy's complete colossal train wreck of an experience. He says, SSM, just so you know, I smacked myself over this one, and I fully expect some smacks from you as well. Bro, you're not going to get smacks from me. You're going to get a roundhouse kick to the head. But I can't quite kick that high anymore. And all you guys have permission to smack the shit out of this guy in the comment section. He knows it, and he deserves it. He says, sir, I've been watching your channel for years, but for some reason, I went against your advice on this one. A few years back, I worked with this woman, and we lost contact after I switched jobs. She always seemed normal, and we had great conversations. Well, I got back into contact with her, and we were talking for a few weeks. Why were you talking for a few weeks? If you liked her, why don't you just ask her out after maybe the first conversation? So already that says something to me about you and your confidence. So, meet it for one drink? Nope, LOL. We plan a weekend getaway in a super nice hotel with dinner, etc. Smack, smack. Should smack it 50 times, but that'll get annoying after a while. You've been watching me for years. You've heard the stories. I guarantee you heard me about the one drink rule. Why I say that, why I said it at the beginning of this video, because they're going to use you. And yet, because this girl's pretty, because you think she's different, she's nice and sweet and all that, then forget what SSM says because he doesn't know what he's talking about. She's an exception. Okay. Weekend getaway? Really, bro? You haven't even slept with her yet? You haven't even kissed her yet? Let's see how this works out for him. He says, I know, smack. Mind you, before this crazy crap, I actually liked her and her company. Yeah, we can tell you like her. So I end up kissing this girl, and after a few minutes, she accuses me of bringing her there and having this master plan just to hook up. Blah, blah, blah. Seriously crazy shit. Yeah, she obviously knew you were planning this whole weekend getaway because you were interested in her. Duh. I mean, what'd you think, that you're her gay friend? You're just going to hang out and talk about gossip or something like that? No. She knew you liked her, but she was using you. And then when, God forbid, you go to make a move, because you thought that she liked you back, then you're the bad guy here. And how dare you, and that type of thing. Give me a freaking break. But you know what, bro? You deserve it. Okay? No guy deserves to be used. You deserve it because you've been watching my channel for years and you know it. You knew better, but you thought this girl's different. So for all you guys that think that girl's different, just remember. But you know what? I respect you for writing this in and having the balls, because you know I was going to give you shit. You know? And if this is what it took to learn, then good for you. It says, these women will go along for a free ride and not give a damn about you. Turns out this was a blessing in disguise. She has OnlyFans, check. She's into poly relationships, check. Let this be a lesson, gentlemen. I went 10 years from the last time I dated someone. It has only gotten worse since then, I assure you. Well, no offense, but I can definitely tell it's been 10 years since you dated someone because you're making mistakes of a guy with no experience. And you heard this on this channel. I guarantee, I'm willing to bet you. I'd like to see if you could, in an alternate universe, when you started talking to her, if you would have asked her out right away, like not taking 2 weeks to get the courage to ask her out. If you would have asked her out right away after like a good first conversation, and you went to just an inexpensive place for a drink, and demonstrated confidence in yourself by having to shower her with gifts and expensive dates, I wonder how it would have turned out. I really would, you know, but you don't know. But that's the thing, man. I wish you would have listened to me, but you had to go through this to help others. Everything SSM warns us is spot on. Prostitution truly is the cheaper way to go. Hell, I see it as a win because she didn't try to pull some Me Too BS. One piece of redemption on my part, she tried to act like I was lucky to have her there. Of course. That's the attitude nowadays. As Sheriff told her, I'd be doing this happily by myself. You're just along for the ride. Don't get confused. This was about the point that I was flat out annoyed. SSM, that was the last time I ever go against anything you recommend. Thanks for all you do, and gentlemen, listen to this man. It was like watching his warnings play out in real time with this woman. Flat out bizarre. Well, again, I respect you for writing in, admitting where you screwed up, and I know you're going to get a lot of shit in the comment section, but if you had to go through this, even after listening to me all these years, to understand, okay, then it was worth it and you learned a lesson. But I'm telling you, if you would have asked her out right away, because the longer a guy waits to think about this, guys, come on, they're all about the confidence. Okay, ask any woman, they love confidence. If a girl's talking to a guy and he's just waiting to ask her out, to her, that's going to piss a lot of women off thinking he has no balls. You want something, you fucking go for it. And if she turns you down, she turns you down. But if you would have asked her out right away and went to a local place, just a beer or a margarita or whatever the hell you like to drink, or even just some freaking tea or coffee at Starbucks, whatever, and actually behaved in a manner that should, had some self-respect, self-esteem and all that, it could have turned out very differently. But at the end of the day, you said that you found out later she's on OnlyFans and into poly relations and all that, so you dodged a big one. So, bro, use this as a learning experience. Do not shower them with all the gifts. You can do nice gestures down the road, guys, if it's your girlfriend and she has, throughout the relationship, behaved in a way, treated you in a way that reciprocates how you treated her. She's loving, she's loyal, she's fun, she's minimal drama. There's always going to be a little fucking drama. She takes care of you in the bedroom, all these good qualities. Then, okay, you get weekend getaway and stuff like that. But by the way, you do the weekend getaway, shouldn't be all you paying for it. But in the beginning, guys, always one drink. You ever hear of foodie calls? Like booty call, but this is foodie calls. There's articles written about this. I've done videos on this. Gals will deliberately go out with guys they could care less about, only to get a free meal and have pictures of themselves on the date to that fancy place that opened up across town or something like that, and brag on Instagram to all their friends. Yes, it happens. That is why you keep the dates inexpensive until you slept with her. And once you slept with her, then you can feed her. And I might add that some gals you may suggest going to a place for a drink. They're going to try to get you to take them to a restaurant, full-on meal. They'll try to squeeze it in, that type of thing. And if you don't give them the meal, they're not going to be interested in going on a date with you. Well, there, you saved yourself a whole lot of money and time because it's not worth your time. But the ones that do like you for you and actually get it, that, hey, it's not worth spending a ton of time and money, then they'll meet up with you for a drink and just see where it goes. So there you go, perfect example. So, bro, you learn the hard way. I hope you enjoyed yourself in spite of her actions there. But next time, listen to me. So there you go. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. In the comment section, he gets a smack, and don't everybody gets to give him a smack. You have my permission, but then say, give him some credit too for having the balls to write in and letting us hear his story as a good reminder, because it's important to, talk about these things, refreshers all the time, because they easily can go in one ear and out the other, as they did with this guy. It is amazing what can happen to a guy that has minimal experience and a pretty girl starts paying attention to him. Perfect example. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.